What is up, you guys? Fake92 here. I'm gonna make this video quick, straight, and to the point. I don't know if a lot of barbers, people that cut hair, know this, but there's basically two ways to go about a haircut. I like to call it the reverse fade and the chili fade. You can call it whatever you want. They got different names. That's just how I identify with it. One way is working your way down, and the other way is working your way up with guidelines. So the two main differences is the guidelines. One way you're gonna put the guideline in, the other way you're not. You're just gonna work your way down into whatever fade it is. And basically, I did this haircut, and I did the reverse fade on one side, and I did the chili fade or the guidelines on the other side. And I want you guys just to see the difference. My son just woke up, so I'm gonna have to cut this video short, but I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, bam. So we're gonna start off. I think he got a number 3 on top right here. So he got a number 3 on top. I'm using the JRL Fresh Fade 1040s, just because they're solid, man, as far for like taking off bulk. A lot better than my Masters, I can tell you that. Alright, so basically the reverse fade is you're gonna start at the parietal ridge, and since you got a number 3 on top, this is a number 2. And so yeah, you're gonna get the number 2, put it all on the parietal ridge, and then you're gonna get the number 1, and instead of making a guideline first, you're just gonna fade the number 1 into the number 2. So it's just all getting faded in together. And a lot of people use this method because it's supposed to be faster. I use it sometimes if I'm in a hurry because it is kind of faster. And on this video, for this video, I did it fast on the other side, but that's only because where the camera is, it's kind of hard to fade. I don't know if you guys can see my wrist, but the camera's kind of in the way, so I kind of gotta hold the clippers kind of sideways and cut hair like that. But yeah, the 1 fades into the number 2. You get the 1/16. Faded into the number 1, and then you get the open blade and fade it into the 1/16. Like it just all blends in together. So you just start from the top, number 3, and then the number 2 on the parietal ridge. The number 1 fades into the number 2. The 1/16 or the 0 guard fades into the number 1, and then you get the open blade and fade it into that 1/16. And then the last thing is the ball line that fades into the close. So close is gonna fade into the open, obviously. And yeah, but this is the reverse fade. You guys seen that there was no guidelines involved. It all started from the top, and I just worked my way down, faded it just little by little. Of course, you still got a detail go back. And one of the problems with the reverse fade, in my opinion, which is why I don't use it too much, is when it comes time to detailing, you don't really know exactly what guard or what length your clipper was in certain areas, so it's hard to go back and just detail it because you don't know what length it was. But yeah, this is the reverse fade right here. As you can see, it's still a good method, pretty quick, pretty easy. That's what they teach us in barber school. And it's not fail proof, but it's pretty simple to follow, and you use the same principle for different haircuts, whether it's a taper, low fade. But yeah, that's how the blend looks. Now I'm gonna do I call it the chili, but I'm using guards on this. I'm using guidelines. Of course I'm using guards, but I'm using guidelines on this side. And you see I set my number 1, and then I set the ball line like always, and then I balled it out on the bottom. And like I said, I did this side way faster, but it was more because of how I was holding the clippers and the camera wasn't in the way. It was more of that rather than me just being more used to it, doing it this way, which I am. But alright, so I balled it out with the edgers. So I go over it with the balders, and if you pay attention to any of my other videos, you know this is the same. I do the same process for every haircut, but it's crazy because I'm actually working my way down just like I did on the other side, except this side has the guidelines, and I much rather have guidelines in there because you can always, before you start fading, look at it from the front and make sure that the guidelines are even, so the end result is a even haircut all the way around. But yeah, I'm just working the fade just like I usually do. This is how I usually cut hair. I'm doing it on this side. And like I said, if you see my other videos, you're probably familiar with it. Working the details and everything. I didn't do the edge up. I probably should have, but I really just want you guys to see the fade on here. I'm gonna show you guys both haircuts side by side, and you guys can tell me which, if you can tell the difference. You might not be able to, some people will, but these are two ways to go about. One way's faster, one way's a little more detail oriented, but here they are right here. Alright you guys, so the main point of this video is for you guys to know that it's not all about just setting your guidelines. There's two different ways. To me, there's two basic ways to go about a haircut, which is, you know, the reverse fade when you start on top, and then there's the guidelines and stuff, and which I explained in this video. And this haircut I did on here was just an example. I actually had to go back and detail it a lot more, because since I did it different on both sides, I felt like it wasn't really even, but that's besides the point. And since I got a little extra time, I'm gonna go through some of the comments on my last video. Maurice Rodriguez said, keep these gems coming. Appreciate you, bro. I got a lot more coming. Alex Maltos, we need more, bro. They come out clean. Ash, I think I know what you try to say, but appreciate you, bro. Albert Moncaros, I Fade 92, the best barber in Central Texas. Whenever I pass through Waco, I make sure to book an appointment. Appreciate you, bro. I actually know him personally. He's a really, really good guy. And Alex Maltos again says different types of blending. I actually replied to that, which is the reason why I made this video, just to show you guys that I actually do read all these comments. And but anyways, maybe next time I'll do a self haircut video. I don't know.